Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about drivers unfortunately can't cancel orders. Customer says Uber Eats charged her $20 after driver told her chef cut his finger off. So there's a lot of reasons that an order can be canceled. Sometimes it's the driver just unassigning the order. Sometimes it's the customer not tipping and it waits for so long that Doordash just canceled it, or Uber Eats just cancels it, or Grubhub just cancels it. Sometimes the customer's just tired of waiting, so they cancel it. And sometimes the restaurant cancels it. One, maybe they just don't like these companies, so they just don't allow these drivers anyway. Sometimes it's a valid reason, like the items on the order aren't available. And then there's the spontaneously crazy reason. The chef cut off his finger. First of all, I hope that guy's okay. I hope that he was able to at least get something done with his finger. Which, that would suck if that happened to me. I like my 10 digits, not gonna lie. But claiming that drivers can't cancel orders, they can, it just takes a lot. So with that said, I do want to go over everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers and customers and restaurants, and hopefully everybody is okay, and all of the corresponding platforms, Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A user on TikTok is calling out Uber Eats after claiming that the service charged her a $20 fee because she canceled an order after the chef at the restaurant she was ordering from cut his finger off. I've never had to cancel an order for anything like that. I just don't think the $20 fee makes sense. The chef is the reason that they can't complete the order. So therefore, the restaurant should have been the one to cancel the order. The customer shouldn't have canceled the order. This was a bad play on the customer. In a video with over 40,000 views, TikTok user Sammy @Sami.schubert recounts her experience saying that Uber denied multiple requests for a refund, despite Sammy repeatedly attempting to have them understand the situation. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave our TikTok as well as our profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. Bold of you to assume that the support team on Uber is actually there to support you. They're there to support themselves. You shouldn't have been charged $20, but even if you tried explaining the entirety of the situation to Uber and Uber Eats and all of the corresponding support agents, they don't care. At the end of the day, they're support agents that are literally there to make your life harder. Do not use Uber Eats, she says at the beginning of the video. In the video, Sammy says she ordered pancakes from IHOP for delivery. When the driver arrived at the restaurant, she told Sammy that the chef had cut off his finger. Accordingly, she instructed Sammy to cancel the order, which Sammy complied. First off, again, I hope the chef is okay. Second, I am a little shocked that that happened at IHOP. What knife work are you doing at IHOP in order to actually have that happen? And three, probably most importantly, never be the customer to cancel the order just because the driver told you to. The driver should have contacted support. He should have been explaining the situation about how the restaurant could not complete the order due to personal injury. And with that, you end up getting the order canceled on the behalf of the restaurant. The driver gets their $3 or $4 fee for the canceled order, and you don't get charged anything. That's what should have happened. But for some reason, this driver didn't want to deal with support. And I know that a lot of drivers don't want to deal with support for the same reason you're frustrated with them, but this is part of our work. You gotta get your stuff together. Upon cancellation, Sammy received a notification that she would be charged a $20 cancellation fee for inconveniencing the driver in the restaurant. And it doesn't matter if the reality is that they couldn't fulfill the order. The fact is that you canceled the order, even if they were 100% wrong for doing so. Confused, she chatted with customer service to dispute the fee, only to be told that she should not have canceled the order based solely on the word of her driver. What kind of answer is that? The driver ended up having an issue. And yeah, maybe the customer should have contacted support to have them cancel it, but still. I said, so anytime I need to cancel my order, I need to call and get your permission, she recounts, and he said yes. I mean, it's just better on the books that you don't get charged for it. I mean, if you do it the easy way and just do it through the app, you get a $20 cancellation fee. That's pretty much how it works. Sammy contested this, pointing out the fact that the app's terms say that adjustments may be made to cancellation fees due to things like known issues. You're also assuming that Uber is the kind of company to do the right thing by their customers. They're not. I've said this is a known issue. The chef had an injury and cannot make my food, therefore I cannot receive the food, therefore I should receive a refund, Sammy says. Uber Eats did not budge, continuing to refuse the refund. See, here's the problem. You're trying to use logic against some of the most abusive people in America. It's gotten to the point on this app that you basically have to threaten people with lawsuits just to have one person do their job. It's gotten that bad. Sammy disputed this again, which too was denied. Eventually, Sammy found a telephone number to call and dispute this charge, which I don't know why you weren't calling them to begin with, but okay. At this point, she was informed that they would need to confirm her story with the driver and put her on hold. After a few minutes, the support agent returned to the call and said they couldn't reach the driver, therefore the penalty would remain. After the amount of time that you spent talking with the other people, they're gonna try contacting the driver again. This is exactly their MO. They claim that they're gonna call somebody, they put you on hold, they basically wait a few minutes to make it seem like they're doing their job. Come back, and then in reality, they didn't do anything and they claim that they couldn't reach you. Finally, Sammy decided to resolve this issue directly with her bank and disputed the charge. Probably the smarter play here. If the company's not gonna do the right thing by you, you have to go through the bank in which it was charged with. Don't use Uber Eats, she concludes. They will take your money, charge you cancellation fees, and they get mad at you when you try to dispute completely normal things to dispute. I mean, it's not necessarily that normal to dispute somebody claiming that they cut off their finger, but the reality is that you gotta also know how to actually use the platform in a way where you're not getting those penalty fees. In the comment section, some users provided further context about how Uber Eats works. Drivers unfortunately can't cancel orders, claimed the user. Coming from a former Uber Eats driver, all we could do is unassign from the order and it'll be sent to the next driver. It can't be canceled on our end, which is really stupid in my opinion. That is a completely inaccurate and false information that you just gave that customer, and you should be ashamed of yourself. If you contact support and explain the situation, support will have the order canceled for you. I am shocked and appalled that this actually was a conversation. The reality is you just don't want to deal with support. And you know what? I don't blame you for feeling that way, but don't claim that we can't when in reality we can. That's what I thought it did, Sammy responded. So when my driver said to cancel the order, I figured it was because it would hop from driver to driver if I did. No, that's what would happen if you unassign an order, if you cancel the order within the app, not if you actually call the company and have the order canceled due to an actual event taking place. A few users shared their own Uber Eats horror stories. I ordered KFC 2 times and my order was incomplete, recalled a user. I asked for a refund for missing items and they blocked me for refund. All of these apps are doing everything they possibly can to combat customers that are playing games with their drivers and forcing canceled orders and things like that, trying to get free refunds and combating all of these scamming customers, forcing the company to take action, and sometimes good customers end up on the receiving end of that. I ordered $80 of food and they gave me the wrong order, alleged a second. They said I wasn't eligible for a refund, so I never use Uber. Probably because you're in an area that it heavily abuses the refund method. I've only used them twice and they charged me for my first order again, which was 8 months before, stayed a third. It was a complete joke. I don't blame you for feeling that way. I would have felt that way too. And the sad reality is it doesn't matter how often you actually order. It matters is how often among all of your deliveries that you had to get a refund for. And it turns out for them it seemed like 100%, which is sad. I had a similar issue, shared a TikToker, disputed it, Amex took care of it, then Uber put a block on my account for the amount disputed. Again, all of these companies are are looking for ways to stop the scammers from scamming, and it's gotten out of hand. In a Instagram DM exchange with the Daily Dot, Sammy speculated about what exactly happened. At first, I totally believed the chef cut his finger off, which is why I canceled so quickly, but at this point, I no longer feel that way, she wrote. I believe the driver lied in order to take some kind of fee as compensation and or took my food. Well, did you contact the restaurant to confirm the story? Like, at this point, you're speculating whether or not the driver was following through on their end, and honestly, I don't think I would know anybody would make that kind of lie, even for somebody to end up getting their order delivered. Like, who does that? You would make more money just delivering the order than lying about fingers being cut off. That doesn't even make sense. He doesn't want $3 for a canceled order. He wants the however much money he was going to make from the order and the tip. And not wasting airtime with you, to be honest. As for how Uber can improve their services, Sammy has a suggestion. I don't believe Uber should have a section on their website saying refunds will be provided in specific cases when they won't honor it. She stated, I thought surely this was a mistake. They have to know it was out of my control, and it turns out they just don't care. Now, here's the reality. There are a lot of customers that have been scamming Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, claiming that their order never arrived and getting a refund, claiming that they got the wrong order and getting a refund, and things to that effect, none of which is in the control of the driver. And no, they don't care. They just want to protect themselves at the end of the day, and sometimes good customers get caught in the loop. They're going by what they see on paper, not by how it is in reality. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. And then if you pay me, there you go. The driver should have contacted Uber's support and had it handled on his end. The fact that he didn't was just lazy, and he just didn't want to deal with support on his own. Did IHOP have an issue with the restaurant actually having the chef cut his finger off? Possibly. I don't think that's something you make up. I think you could think of a lot more common reasons. And the customer here had a bad experience, and unfortunately, she should have stood her ground or contacted support. She didn't like the fact that she ended up getting a $20 cancellation fee for doing it the easy way. It kind of just makes sense to me that she ended up getting the $20 charge. Not that she deserved it, not that it was right for that to happen, but the fact that go through Uber support, and because of that she ended up getting the cancellation fee, that just makes sense to me. Whenever you gotta deal with a canceled order, you gotta go through the support team. It's just that simple. They will play as many games as possible to make it seem like they shouldn't do their job, but in reality, they gotta do their job. Look, you did the right thing by contacting your credit card company to make sure that you're not getting charged again, but make sure that if you even do use Doordash, UberEats, or Grubhub, that you're going to do it the right way, because if you don't do it the right way, you end up on the receiving end of these events that cause you to lose money at the end of the day. I hope that you don't end up going through anything like this again, because that just freaking sucks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!